So Emily's made me watch some weird movies lately. The first was Poor Things, and first off, how do you make an entire movie of Emma Stone's sex scenes so unsexy? And the cast was solid, you know, Mark Ruffalo, Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe. But it was weird. I don't know, I'm not saying it was bad, I'm kind of saying it was bad, but maybe it's just a little too artsy for me, you know? But it had a plot, and it posed some interesting questions about, like, human nature and stuff, I guess. But we finished that movie, and I felt like I just experienced an acid trip or something, and I'm like, that is definitely the weirdest thing I am going to see ever. And then last night, Emily's like, hey, we should watch this new JLo movie. It's called This Is Me, ... now. Like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, we can do that. JLo's not really my thing, but you know, I've seen some of her other movies. She was great in Anaconda. Anyway, so Poor Things. I'm sorry I judged you so harshly, because what the actual fuck? Have you seen this? If you haven't, I cannot in good conscience tell you to go watch this. This is the worst movie-like thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've seen Freddy Got Fingered. Going into this, I really had no feelings about JLo at all. I didn't like her, I didn't dislike her, I didn't really have any opinion on her existence whatsoever. But after she subjected us to this $20 million crime against humanity, I loathe her. This is the part where I'd say spoiler alert, but there's nothing to fucking spoil because nothing happens. The movie is just like bad in every conceivable way. Starting with the title. Who puts a fucking ellipsis in the name of a movie? Are we supposed to say the ... out loud? Are we just supposed to pause in the middle of the movie title when we're talking about it? Hey, did you see This Is Me Now this weekend? I hope not, because This Is Me Now was an awful movie. It's not like the ellipsis now makes it that much more profound of a fucking title. But This Is Me Now is a narcissistically appropriate name for a movie that I'm amazed JLo was able to make it through producing without falling into a pool and drowning while trying to make love to her own reflection. Not only is she literally in every single scene, she is the centerpiece of every single scene. Even in the scenes without people in it, like in the opening credits, there's animated JLos. There's no supporting character storylines or development. Hell, there's no character development at all. It's so bad, the characters don't even have names. Even in the credit, it's like husband number 1, husband number 2, friend number 1. The only character who has a name in the entire movie is her therapist, who is Fat Joe for some reason, and his name in the movie is Joe. And JLo's name in the credits is The Artist. Again, if we could be any more fucking narcissistic. And then the opening scene, well, like the second opening scene, because like the first opening scene is like she's riding bitch on a motorcycle like across a lake. I don't know, it's weird. The second opening scene is like she's in this like steampunk factory where there's this like giant robotic heart that runs on flower petals but also makes flower petals for some reason, and it's like breaking down, and she's of course the only one who could fix it because she's the artist. But fixing it involves everybody wasting a bunch of time dancing because it's a JLo movie, so there's a bunch of unnecessary dancing, except all of the dancing in the entire movie just looks like everybody's having an epileptic seizure and they desperately need medical attention. Then there's one wedding scene after that, except it's 3 wedding scenes showing her getting married to like 3 different dudes, except it's all in the same scene because she's like addicted to getting married, I guess. And in the first part of the wedding scene, she's wearing a dress that is so awful, I'm pretty sure it violates the Geneva Convention. Looks like a great value Teletubby costume. And then she's wearing a slightly less awful but still horrible wedding dress in the reception scene immediately after that, where they're like depicting her getting married to 3 different dudes, except she's wearing the exact same dress for all 3 of them, and 2 of the dudes look really similar, and there's no character development, so you can't even tell them apart, and you don't even realize what's going on until she introduces a brown one because he looks kind of different. Then after that, I'm pretty sure my brain went into self-preservation mode and I blacked out for a little while. There's something about like a glass house in there that seemed a little on the nose. But then Neil deGrasse Tyson comes on the screen and I like regained consciousness because like, oh sweet, it must be over and we're watching Cosmos now. But no, we were still trapped in this nightmare, and Neil deGrasse Tyson is playing a zodiac sign. Not sure if they drugged him or held him at gunpoint or why he was there, but yeah, now zodiac signs are suddenly a character in this movie, and he and Trevor Noah and Post Malone and fucking Jane Fonda are all zodiac signs. Of course, all the zodiac signs are obsessed with JLo because duh. And they're just all looking down from outer space, obsessing over JLo and who she's gonna bang next as like a council of zodiac signs. And then she dances in the rain, and then I'm pretty sure that's the whole movie, or I blacked out again, I'm not sure. Why, JLo? Wasn't there enough tragedy in the world already? Did you need to make people suffer even more? And Neil, my guy, why would you do this to me? I get Post Malone was probably high and it seemed like a good idea at the time, and Jane Fonda was just happy about being included in something. But why you, Neil? Like, I get science can be expensive, but if you need needed money, couldn't you have done something more respectable, like sell your body or pose nude and play girl? Could have spread your butt cheeks and went under the alias Mike Honcho, you know, I could have respected that. Sorry guys, okay, I'm done. This rant was for me. I apologize if you stuck around this long. I needed to get it off my chest. Fully intended this to be a 1.5-minute video, and then I started talking about it, and suddenly I was just reliving all of the trauma and just lost track of time. Sorry.